name is LaTourette, and I'm also running for the 76th House District. I want to spend my time today telling you a little bit about myself and then some of the issues that are important to me. So I'll just start with, I was born and raised in Lake County, and after graduating from Madison High School, I went to college at Miami University in Oxford, Ohio, and I ended up double majoring in political science and history. After college, I moved back and got a job working for the Lake County Republican Party for Chairman Dale Fellows, who some of you might know. And it was a great experience, and I worked for the party through the 2006 elections. Unfortunately, at that time, my husband and I, like a lot of recent college graduates, had a hard time finding steady employment, and we ended up actually relocating to Louisville, Kentucky for a few years. I got a job working for a small political communications firm. Again, a great experience, but that's when I really started to develop my love for nonprofit work. I started volunteering for a local golden retriever rescue, a couple hours a week, quickly turned into 20, 30, 40 hours a week. And I realized at that point, if I'm that passionate about giving back to my community, I should be doing it for a living. And so I made the leap over to the nonprofit world at that point, and I took a job working for a regional nonprofit dedicated to people with Parkinson's disease and their care partners. Again, a wonderful experience. Really felt like I was finally giving back to my community, but it wasn't here, it wasn't home, it wasn't Northeast Ohio. So my very patient husband agreed to move back home with me, and I took a job working for Adoption Network Cleveland, which is where I am now. And just to give you a very, very brief idea of what we do, we help people through the adoption process and after. We help people reunite with their birth families. And we also do a lot of work with the foster community in Cuyahoga County. I am actually a youth mentor for a 14-year-old girl in permanent care of the county, and it's been a really eye-opening experience for me. So that's a little bit about me. Some issues that are important to me. I consider myself very pro-life, working at Adoption Network. I see families every day that are just so desperate for a child of their own. And I think that there are, unfortunately, a lot of unnecessary abortions going on in our world today. And I think it's an education issue. And so I really hope to be able to work with the young women in our state, in Columbus, and I hope that's something I'm able to do. I am a very large proponent of our Second Amendment right. I am a firm believer that it's not law-abiding citizens that are causing the problems when it comes to gun control. And so therefore, I think further restricting those rights would be unnecessary. And so that's not something I want to see happen. I consider myself very pro-business, and I'm well aware that small businesses truly are the backbone of our economy. And so I want to do everything I can to make sure that burdensome regulations and taxes aren't getting in the way of doing business here in Ohio. And I'm very proud to have been named a Friend of Agriculture this year by the Ohio Farm Bureau, and I think much like businesses, we need to make sure that we're getting government off the backs of farmers. We're making sure that they can still make a profit, and we can make sure that they can then hand those farms down to future generations of their family, which I think is a very important thing to see happen. So I'd like to kind of end by saying, I'm not going to stand up here and tell you we're going to agree all of the time. That wouldn't be true. It would be lies. I'm not going to stand up here and say that. But what I can promise you is anytime you have a concern, you have a question, you have something you want to talk about, I encourage you to come to me because I will take that concern with me to Columbus, and that's one thing that I can promise you. And so with that, again, my name is LaTourette. I'm running for the 76th House District, and I would appreciate your vote. Thank you.